All right, everybody, welcome to the JK Theory. I'm Jay,
I'm K.
and here we give it to you raw and uncut. Nothing is sugar coated, nothing is candy coated. We give it to you raw, direct, and live. Guys, we've got such an episode today. It's going to be kind of just like a catch up kind of an episode, pretty random. So I hope you guys enjoy. So here we go. Someone has recently passed away, and sorry to hear, but man, I just smile. I see his smile when I think of him. Like he just had that crazy smile. We're talking about James Earl Jones. I
Mm.
mean, the man played in so many movies. So, Kate, when you hear of James Earl Jones, what's like the first thing that just pops up in your head?
Coming to America.
Ah, yeah.
Coming
What
to
was
America.
it? King Joffrey.
King Joffrey.
Oh, yep, absolutely. When I think of him, he had a small role in this movie, but I love the look. I love what he was saying in this movie. Bro, Meteor Man. Do you remember him in Meteor Man?
Yes, I do. I do.
He had the high top wig on. There's a scene, if you guys haven't seen Meteor Man, it's like a classic. You got to watch it. There's a scene where he's walking across the street, right? And he sees this fine honey walking, and he goes, "You down with OPP?" Yeah, you know. Oh my gosh, I started cracking up, man. Gotta love that. Also, when I think of him, I think of the Sandlot.
The Sandlot. Yes,
Yeah,
classic.
yeah. Oh man, I can't remember the guy that he played, but amazing, amazing movie. And the smile that he gave. He was a blind guy, very big and very intimidating, but super gentle and nice. Love that movie. And also one of my favorite movies. I might have the title wrong, so if I got it wrong, you got to correct me. But
Okay.
it's the one where he plays Team USA Olympic karate trainer, only the
Best of
strong.
the best. One of
Best of the
my
best.
favorite movies. Yes.
Yes, best
Yes.
of the best. Oh man, that's it was dope. He
Yes.
played like the father figure, the leader role in there. Love it. Love that. The ending scene or when like the guy Johnny's about to literally kill the dude he's
Kill
fighting
guy.
and
Yes.
oh like I'm just
Yes.
like oh man. I was just waiting for him to say Bell Atlantic. Like it's such a good soul, man. And I don't know why he passed away or how. I'm pretty sure it was old age, but man, he's got some classics under him. Wasn't he in Coming to America too as well?
He was in Coming to America too. He played, of course, the King, and he actually passed in that movie.
Oh, that's right. He like played his own funeral, right?
His own funeral. Yeah.
Man,
Hmm.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, James, thank you for everything you've done. You've played that father figure role. You've played a positive role. You're always funny. That smile is just classic. It's all teeth, man. It's just love
Yes.
it. So you will be missed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
So sticking on to like the movie kind of a thing, there's a movie that's been pretty much all over social media. Everybody's like, "Don't watch this," or "Yes, watch this," and here and there. And we're talking about the Netflix movie Deliverance.
Mm.
So I've heard some wild stuff about this movie. I've actually done some digging on it as well. But according to the movie,
Hmm.
it took place in Pittsburgh, which is pretty much in my backyard.
Right.
And I've heard some people say, "Don't watch it. You're gonna open a portal to hell, and demons are gonna walk in, and blah blah blah." Well, guess what? I watched it, and no portal opened up. Okay,
Right.
so when I watched it, let me know if you feel the same way.
Okay.
Um, I actually felt bad for the mom for like the majority of the movie, up until like when she spoilers on this when she took the kid from the hospital. Like up until that point, it just seemed like damn, like the mom's going through all this crap, you know. And I kind of felt for her because my mom's a single mom, so you know it was just like
Yeah.
can't believe she's going through all this
Hmm.
BS through the movie. And then once they took the kid from the hospital, I think that's when the burners were turned up and the movie just went buck wild at that
Yeah.
point. So, what are your thoughts on that movie?
I kind of felt the same way you did. I think she couldn't get away from her past, and like she kept bringing up the things her mother did to her, And so it kind of affected the way she raised her kids and the mental health that she went through that she never got help for. I think that shows a lot in our society today. Things happen to us when we were younger and we never get the help that we need to kind of free ourselves from that. So, but the movie is crazy as hell. Like I 1 second I'm like, okay, I'm lost because like spoiler alert, the person kept changing, like the faces kept
Yes.
changing, and I was like, okay, that's the grandmother. Wait, that's the kid. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like they could have put some money in, into the
Yeah.
graphics or CGI or something, but it was a pretty cool movie. Will I watch it again? Probably not. I think it was just a little bit too drawn out.
Yeah.
Um, I think the scariness is all hype.
No, it
Um,
wasn't scary at all.
yeah, I seen interviews where the director Lee Daniel was like, "We had to have a priest on set, and they had to bless us every day, and da 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 da." And Monique, who plays in it, was like, "Yeah, we had to do prayer circles and blah." Honestly, I just think the whole thing's BS. It was just a way for them to push a movie.
Yep.
After all, this is on Netflix, right? There's so much you can watch on Netflix. They needed something. They needed a niche, a cliche, something to build people, to build suspense, right? One thing that I didn't like is how, in an interview, Lee Daniels was saying, I've studied Poltergeist and I've studied The Exorcist, and I didn't want that on my set. Blah 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 blah. Okay, but people in Poltergeist and Exorcist, they actually use stuff that happened in real life.
Right. Yep.
They had artifacts from the real life situations. In Poltergeist, they use real human bones.
Mm.
So they had something there to attach. This movie had nothing. The real life movie happened in Indiana. This movie was shot in Pittsburgh. Like there was no real connection there. So to say that you needed to do all this crap, I think it was just hype to like push the movie or sell the movie, right? Um, I think what was more shocking to me was that they weren't afraid to make the kid look evil. I think
Mm.
that's what freaked people out the most was the angry, devilish face or whatever. But other than that, I mean, I think the acting was good.
The acting was good.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think the aspect of showing a biracial family was dope. I like that, where the mom was white.
Yeah.
Um, I there's so many unknowns still. Like we don't know what happened to her husband really. Like why were they? Are they separated? Is he just off and war? Like what's going on there? Why doesn't the dad talk to the mom at all?
I think it was they were separated. Something honestly the way the movie was talked about and everything. I'm pretty sure it's because of her drinking and
Mm,
something that happened that went down because of her drinking.
yeah.
And that's why they were separated. Uh, I do agree. I don't see. It wasn't really scary to me at all. Like it wasn't nothing where I would like jumped or anything like that.
Yeah, it was most likely like shocking than
Yeah,
scary.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
there's a scene where like the kid throws shit. Like, like, what? Where'd that come from, right? Um, the scene where he's crawling up the wall in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
That was dope. I like seeing that. That's probably where all their budget went because the scene where the kid is supposed to change into the grandma and back that was choppy,
Oh yeah. No.
but
But the
it
grandma was
was
funny.
yeah. But scary, I don't think it was scary. For all you holy rollers out there, I mean, much respect and everything, but this ain't gonna open no portal. It's not gonna make you speak in tongues or anything like that. What I did enjoy was this is I want to say probably the only scary movie, or maybe a scary movie I've seen in a very long time, where they actually said, "Jesus Christ, help me! Jesus Christ, save me!"
Yeah.
And he's the ultimate. And I loved seeing that. I was like, wow, finally, you know? Of course, in The Exorcist, the power of Christ compels you, but that just sounds more like a line, right? The power of
Right.
Christ compels you. This was like a woman that was just at her wits' end. You can tell she wasn't a spiritual person. She had a
Hmm.
dark past, but at the end, she's like, I need to protect me and my family. And Jesus is the way. And she opened her arms out and said, Jesus, help me. And he did. And I love seeing that part. Um, I think that was the biggest takeaway for me was like, wow, that was pretty cool to see that to happen and to see a happy ending. But overall, I mean, I probably give the movie like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Um, I don't think little kids should see it. There's too much going on for younger kids to really understand what's happening. But I wouldn't watch it again. How about you?
My biggest takeaway is I'm sorry, white people about to kill me for this. I don't think we're good at scary movies. Um,
Wait a minute, y'all always dying in the movies though.
yeah,
Nobody
I
died in
know.
this movie.
We go first,
The
or we
white
end up.
lady died in this movie.
I know it's amazing. But I don't think we do scary movies well. Like I think we're too because we have this thing about us like we're not really scared of shit. So in a scary movie, you're supposed to be scared. And I'm sorry, the mother, she wasn't really scared of any of it.
Yeah.
There was no real fear like that for her.
Right.
So it was like, okay, she's not really scared. It doesn't bring out you're being scared either. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times in scary movies, you can tell when everybody's scared and you think something's about to happen, and then it might not happen, but then a few seconds later, something happens and you jump and everything. Like you never got that with this.
Yeah, it was almost like she had an understanding, like, I have to do this. This
Exactly.
has to be done. And
Yes.
bam, she just did it.
So,
I
but
feel
I do agree with you. I don't think it's a movie that I will watch again. I might give it a 5, 5.5 at the best. Yeah, I don't know what people were talking about. I guess
yeah.
just love hype.
It had a lot of potential though. Like
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
I like the fact of the basement being scary, right?
Mm.
Um and the whole thing, like, why don't you go down the basement? Like, what, like, why are you avoiding the basement? I think they should have played more into that.
Yeah.
Um, the whole scene where the I don't know what you call him, the the dude that removed the dead cat from the basement.
Oh, the exterminator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like $50. Get the fuck out of here! I'll throw the cat out myself for $50. I ain't paying you no $50. Like, that was just a stupid scene.
Yeah.
The cat being dead made no sense whatsoever to the movie. It wasn't like it was their cat. Like,
Right. Yeah.
it was just off. The scene where the little boy is sitting on the swing talking to himself.
Yeah.
It should have been more in depth. Like, it was just too short, and it was just weird. Like,
But he
honey,
wasn't
what
really
are you
talking
doing?
to
Oh, I'm
himself.
talking to my friend, and that's it. Like,
But it went more deeper when she started talking to the lady from uh
yeah,
uh
the
church.
Exorcist lady or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh so who the boy was talking to, who he kept mentioning, and it was the boy that died there beforehand.
yeah. I honestly think the movie wasn't scored right. Like, the whoever
Yeah.
was in charge of the music, they
No.
like it was whack. Like, the music's supposed to like bring you into it and add
Hmm.
suspense and all. And
Yeah.
it was just flat. It was just flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's enough of that. But Deliverance, I'm sorry, thumbs down for me. Um, Now, wrestling. I have been slacking on wrestling. I did not watch the last pay per view, the Berlin thing. I'm
Oh my
sorry,
god.
it didn't catch my attention. I am gonna watch though the Dom and Mommy fight. Like, I definitely want to see that one. But all the other matches didn't really catch my attention. I did, however, watch Raw.
Okay.
Not all of it. I only watched the Wyatt Six fight.
Okay.
So I enjoyed the Wyatt Six fight. I really did. I don't think Uncle Howdy should have interfered whatsoever. I don't think he needed it. He did not need it. I think Eric Rowan getting up, freaking out, throwing chairs. I want to say that chair hit the crowd because He threw the chair, the camera cut, and Eric was like,
Yeah.
it was dope. It was dope. What's the girl's name from the Wyatt Six?
Nikki Cross.
What do you think of her? I think she did good in that match.
I think this is up her alley. Like Nikki Cross has always been wild and kind of extreme. So regular matches for her aren't just they just don't do it for her. But something like this where there are no rules and she can throw her body precautions and she can do whatever she want. This is right up her alley. Like she loves it. She like Mick Foley type.
Really?
Yeah, she loves stuff like this. She loves to get hurt. She loves to hurt people. Like
Oh,
this
that's
is right
cool.
her thing. So when they said the match, I was like, oh, I know who about to shine in this. And
That's dope. I had know nothing about her, so to know
yeah,
that was pretty cool. And she definitely held her own in this
yeah,
match. Like I don't know what the name of the move. It's an outside DDT. I don't know. She did some move, and she ends up hitting her own head on the chair, and
yeah,
she's smiling, loving the whole fucking thing. I'm
yeah.
just like, oh, this girl's crazy. I love seeing the fire extinguisher. I love seeing the kendo sticks. Not one, but there was five.
Bunch of them,
Like,
yeah.
it was dope, and I was honestly waiting for the table to go on fire. You know, I've been watching WWE 2K24, so I've been
Yeah, I
waiting
see.
for the table to go on fire. And I really hope Netflix does it, where they'll allow them to put the table on fire. So something happened in the match
Mhm.
where Uncle Howdy comes in. Like, why? I don't think he needed it.
He didn't, but it's one of those things where there's no rules. He can interfere and it won't cost him anything. Plus, you know, people want to see Uncle Howdy do stuff.
Yeah,
Like they don't want to see him just sit back and just watch the fight. They want him in the fight. So he had to do something, or the crowd kind of would have been like, well, why the hell he didn't get in there and do anything? His people fighting, why he didn't, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So he's pretty much the face of the organization, of that organization rather. So he had to do something. It was a must.
So, do you think now this is the nail in the coffin for uh, that vengeance from this group to that group?
I do. I think that's the nail in the coffin for them, but they're definitely about to go to another setting.
I saw a post from somebody that said they should go over Braun Strowman, and I'm like, that would be nice. I think that would make
They
sense.
should get Braun Strowman.
No, they need to go after him.
I don't. That would be hard because I mean he was a part of the original
That's
Wyatt
what I'm
family.
saying. Like, why isn't he with the Six now?
That's a good question. I mean, I thought he would have been one, and I thought Alexa Bliss would have been the other one, and she still hasn't came back yet, which is kind of confusing. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I mean, I guess the only problem is Braun Strowman technically is on the good side, and apparently so is the Wyatt Six at the moment. I don't, not sure how they are good guys, but
So,
you know,
what about maybe going after him to recruit him? Not
okay,
attacking him, but maybe like interfering with his matches
right.
or doing stuff like that.
That might work. But it still would have to be one side would have to be good, one side would have to be bad. And right now, since both are on this good team,
Mhm.
it really wouldn't work or it wouldn't make a lot of sense either. Unless they do it where the Y6 really don't have a a place where it's like right in the middle. You know what I mean? Like it's not really good, it's not really bad. We go after whoever type thing.
Okay.
That might work.
Do you think now that fall is here, pretty much, right?
Mhm.
Halloween time's coming. Do you think they're gonna go darker?
I think they need to.
I think so. I think it's too much. It's too much shine on them. It's too much. I don't know. Like, how do you say this? that mystique is fading.
Right.
Remember
And
how when Taker was hot for many years, but there was a long stretch where they were like, "Is he really dead? Like, is he really a dead dude?" The mystique was crazy. So
yeah,
I think him showing up too much is fading out that whole mystery.
I I thought it kind of messed up when they took the mask off the people a little bit. I think it kind of brought it down a little bit there. Um, I do think that they're going to have to do something to stay relevant because factions like that, they kind of get there, they get hot for a minute, and then they just go. And
Okay,
you don't want that to be with them.
so they're a group, right?
Yep,
If they're gonna go with another hot group, it's gonna have to be Judgment Day.
yep,
So do you think that might be a possibility?
I do. I think that's a good possibility. I think that's kind of where they're going to have to go because it will make sense because Judgment Day has a woman, and then they have enough people to to fight the Wyatts or what are they called? The Y6.
The Y6. You know what I
Y6.
just thought of? I think might be a cool idea
Hmm.
would be if the YS6 start recruiting people from NXT to give them a little bit of shine.
What that's pretty much where those guys came from though. That's
Okay.
where uh Loomis and Gacy and they were pretty much people from Next. I mean, they came up to the bigger one. They came up to WWE, but they didn't really shine there. Like they didn't really do anything, and that's what made them end up in the YS6. Even even Bo Dallas, like he was the man in Next when he came up to the mainstream. It wasn't so great. So
Okay.
you know, Nikki Cross the same way. Nikki Cross she was kind of a big deal in X, and then I mean, just they gave her a bunch of different gimmicks. Nothing really worked for her except for crazy. Like that's just what her gimmick is, really. She's crazy, so this works perfectly for her. Like this is absolutely perfect for her. She's going to outshine all of them, to be honest with you. She's going to be the one. Yeah, she's definitely going to be the one to outshine them.
So here's a theory for you. So
Mhm.
let's say they don't go after another faction, right?
Yeah,
I think it would be cool if to build their mystique, you start finding out a little bit about their background. Like make it like a horror movie kind of a thing.
hmm
Take them back to the swamp.
yeah,
Show the cabin. Flashbacks of Bray. Or have show where Uncle Howdy is teaching them about Bray or the way, right? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
just build that way. I think that would be cool. Bring the horror back into it.
I agree. I like that idea. They're gonna have to do something like that. They're gonna have to do something to make themselves stay relevant. And with it becoming fall, like you said, and Halloween coming up, I think that'll be perfect for them.
A graveyard match,
That would be something that would be interesting.
swamp match, anything. Honestly,
You're going into Vince McMahon's. Correct.
the
That's something he
graveyard
can make up.
match, the bury me alive match, the casket match, the light the casket on fire. I don't know, something. They need to do something crazy, extreme.
I will say though, have you ever seen the Barnyard match with Undertaker and AJ Styles?
No,
Oh my God, that match is
a
it's like
barnyard match.
it's like Undertaker's last real match.
Wow, I gotta check that out. Okay.
Gotta watch that. If they did something like that with the Wyatt, that would be dope because it was more like a cinema, like a movie type atmosphere
Mhm.
type, and it was really really cool the way they did it. I think that will work for them if they did something like that.
Right, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Man, like a haunted house match or abandoned house, abandoned hotel match, or just something insane. They can do it. It'd be
Oh yeah,
dope.
good.
Even a cabin match. Whatever. It don't fucking matter. Just something different. Just that would be cool.
Yes.
WWE, I know you're watching. Thanks. What's up?
Mhm.
Definitely do that story. I think that would be an easy way for you guys to bring the horror back in, bring the mystique, make them hear voices and argue with each other, and just get in the ring and just snap. The Eric Rowan getting up like Undertaker, all pissed off. I love that. I
Yeah.
want to see more of that. That was cool. So, man, it's been a while since we did a video.
Yeah.
Uh, my apologies. I've got so much stuff going on in my life. So I do apologize. No, I'm not on drugs. There's so many things going on. Pray for me. I need all the prayers. I want to thank everybody that's been watching and commenting and sending message. We do appreciate the love. Let us know what you think about this episode. If you want to hit us up directly, you can email us as thejktheory@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is the JK Theory. Peace.
Peace.